Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. It was only a few months ago that audiences were treated to Bob Marley One Love, and now we're getting another music biopic with Back to Black. This film shines a light on Amy Winehouse's life, which was cut short all too quickly. It's in theaters, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Back to Black starts off with a young and free-spirited Amy, who's played by Marisa Abela, who wishes for nothing more than to sing jazz. She struggles in her relationships with her parents, while her grandma, who's played by Leslie Manville, is her guiding light and inspiration. She doesn't have the best home life, and her attitude and hot temper can certainly get the best of her as she mouths off to others. She releases her first record, Frank, and quickly hits the airwaves, and with her old school, sound mixed with her contemporary lyrics. She meets her eventual husband, Blake, who's played by Jack O'Connell, in a pub after he starts playing her CD. Now, he's an admitted drug addict, which then doesn't pair well with her alcoholism. Her career really starts to take off with the release of her second album, Back to Black, but it's a troubled life full of addiction and a terrible marriage. Back to Black is further proof that biopics are incredibly hard to make in order to just do them justice to their subjects. With Amy Winehouse dying at the age of 27, she never had a really big enough life or a decades-long career to really pull from. Screenwriter Matt Greenhalgh and director Sam Taylor Johnson seem to make this film like a cautionary tale about stardom and the horrible influences that can surround someone. There's a line in the film about Amy wanting to be remembered for her music. She was told that she had a voice like Judy Garland. And that's primarily what audiences will go into this movie for, is to be reminded of her smoky, jazzy voice. Her music seems to come second or third in line with what this film was trying to accomplish. It was about an hour in when I realized that there was very little music in it. We are treated to a few performances, including the Grammys, but I think that the filmmakers know that we can just YouTube videos of the real Amy. So they're, I think, less inclined to make this about Amy the performer, but rather make this about Amy the person and the life that she had that really fueled the lyrics and what put the soul in the music. I don't believe that there were timestamps used either to convey the kind of length of her life or career, when most biopics, I think, almost overuse them and use performances as scene transitions. Now, that was heavily used in Bohemian Rhapsody, but not at all here. The script really leans heavy into incorporating lyrics as a way to kind of signify a certain scene or memory that inspired a song like Rehab, for instance. The film seems to paint her father, who's played by Eddie Marsan, as a hero, when that's not quite the narrative that we've been told before. You really get a sense of him really blaming Blake for being the bad and terrible influence on Amy. As Amy, Marisa Abela is fully committed at treating Amy as grounded and honestly as possible. You can really feel her riding a fine line and making Amy kind of this mess of a person while trying to make her likable and endearing. You are rooting for Amy under Abela's guidance, despite already knowing the outcome of her life. It's really smart casting, I think, having a kind of relative newcomer who can just disappear behind Amy without the audience, comparing it to other past performances of hers. Now, I can't say that I really learned a lot of new information coming out of Back to Black, outside of the fact that Amy was really close to her grandma. Those scenes are quite lovely and touching at showing Amy's tender side. Marisa Abela's performance keeps your attention despite sluggish pacing and really an unclear reason to tell this story after the Oscar-winning documentary Amy that came out in 2015. I'm giving Back to Black 2 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got to interview Marisa Abela and director Sam Taylor Johnson, so take a look at those interviews. I think you'll have a newfound appreciation for maybe what they were trying to accomplish with this film. It's really great to hear from them. And go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for more reviews and interviews, and follow me on social media at Paul's Movie Trip. Are you looking forward to Back to Black? Do you love Amy Winehouse? Let me know in the comments at Paul's Movie Trip. Thank you so much for watching my review of Back to Black. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.